Today I want to show you Metamorphosis, the final level in Journey mode in Tetris Effect Connected. Playing this on Xbox Game Pass, playing this on normal mode with my Xbox 360 controller, and that's the rub, the Xbox 360 controller. I don't know if you have used that controller. I mean, I'm losing my voice trying to talk about it. That's how effective the controller has on my well-being. It just does not have that good of a D-pad. Why am I playing with it? Well, just because it's the simplest controller I kind of have to set up. It's wired. You know, I really want no kind of latency issues or lag when I'm playing Tetris. So I have that wired controller. And my experience with it is that it screws me up sometimes. If you notice any of that, it's because, yeah, that's why. It's because of the controller. But it's also because of maybe my Tetris rust. But I enjoy Tetris of any kind of, you know, any version of Tetris is usually quite fun, to be honest with myself. I usually prefer the Nintendo created ones. You know, if you want to see if you should play Tetris, I will have a Should You Play Tetris Effect video up. So that's worth a watch. But as far as this final level, Metamorphosis, I decided just to kind of marathon the rest of this game one night. Played it for about maybe 2 hours, really trying to get through those journey mode levels, which is just like copying from one place in space to the next and enjoying this audio-visual experience. But Metamorphosis really is tough. It's like it's the boss fight. It's the final boss of Tetris, if there ever was one. The speed starts off pretty high and only gets even faster. So that was something to contend with as I was going through this. I had to play it twice. You're going to see me play 2 play sessions. The one that you're watching right now is my very first attempt at it. I was thinking in my mind, I'm gonna beat this, but I started wavering towards the end and definitely needing to take a second time to go through this. So that happens, right? Like you're not going to play 100% all the time. You're not going to be playing at the top tier all the time, even if you've been playing Tetris a billion years. Well, maybe the pros will, right? Those pros that can just like drop lines as fast as they can. But sometimes errors do happen. Like it really was the 360 directional pad. Me moving it, I'm kind of used to the Tetris 99, playing Tetris 99 on Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, which have smaller buttons and they're disconnected. So I've got acclimated to that, but I also feel like it doesn't matter the controller, you can get used to it. But there are some times where my fingers moved over the directional pad and ended up pressing, like the hard dropping it, making the blocks go down really fast when I did not intend to do that. So, just looking back and having like constructive criticism over my play, that's very necessary to get better and see what went wrong. Because I rectified the issues that I could in the second playthrough of this Metamorphosis, and just really enjoyed my experience with it both times. I'm the kind of person that I like finding my errors. I like finding, in places that I can improve, because that just means that's how I'm going to get better. I don't stick my head in the sand and be like, I am the best. I'm like, no, I can always improve. I can do better. How can I do it? And I really love that feeling of pointing those out and, fixing them. And I don't know if you can see some of that happening during this. It's really fun to watch. And just look at the backgrounds and the colors. I mean, this level's pretty cool. Metamorphosis is awesome. We're like heck of deep in space by now. I don't know what's going on. I don't really know what the lore of Tetris is, okay? What is the lore of Tetris? Why are we here? I don't get it. I mean, in some of the Tetris games, we're in Mario-themed places, but now we're in space with all these little particles. I don't know. I am confused, but it's a good kind of confusing, because this is a fun experience to really enjoy. And when I was playing it, I didn't really get to bask in the glory of the backgrounds on this, but I don't think I can right now either, just because I'm watching myself fail and about to block at the top of the screen. Just look at this. Yeah, there's no way out of this one. Definitely not. At this point, I'm not giving up. I don't ever give up, but, I did lose there. And going into the second game, I really was like, you know what, this one's it. I wanted to beat it the very first time and say, hey, I beat Tetris Effect's final level on normal, Metamorphosis, in one try. But I do not get that accolade. But it's still fun nevertheless. And going through this and playing it again, I wanted to be a little bit more methodical about this second time. And it didn't take much to do. I was just trying to build upwards as much as I can in order to rely on those Tetrises. But you do need to clear 90 lines. And that can be a little intense to do when you're playing at such high speeds. So I had to kind of slow down my drops the best I can. and then compensate for, again, the controller. And then, any kind of fatigue, because I tend not to blink a lot, I notice, when I'm playing this, because I'm really in the zone, Tetris-size, as they say. But, trying to make sure I'm blinking, which is funny to say, trying to make sure I slow down and not really get worried about any of the errors, which led me to victory. So if I have anything to say, any kind of tips about this, is just slow down, relax, pick a controller you're comfortable with, enjoy it, because it's a very great experience. Put in some headphones when you're playing this, of course. I mean, I think I had like my wireless Bluetooth headphones in playing this. I think the sound effects were a little bit off on that, so maybe a wired connection would be better, or a higher quality Bluetooth dongle. But otherwise, just immerse yourself, enjoy it, have fun. It's a great, what's it called? You'll have a great time, I guess. I don't know. Anywho, enjoy the rest of this footage. I think there's only like 3 or 4 more minutes, and you can watch me beat Metamorphosis, the final level, in Tetris Effect in the journey mode on normal. There's expert difficulty if I feel like playing that. I don't know. I mean, this is pretty crazy, but I do enjoy a great challenge, as they say. Anywho, yeah, Tetris Effect. Have fun. Play it. It's great. Metamorphosis. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'll see you in the next video. If you really think about it, we're all just Tetris blocks connected, so if you want to stay connected, stick around, subscribe to my channel, and watch even more great videos.